Firstly, let me tell you what I'm eating today. Okay, obviously Chinese cuisine because we're in China, you know. I'm having a chow mein, a pork chow mein. And let me tell you, guys, I was starving. So I'm trying this whole intermittent fasting thing, right? So I only eat after, I eat between 12:30 and 8:30. So I went out and I bought this and I had to wait there, and then there was like a communication breakdown, you know, because I don't speak Chinese and they do not speak English. And then eventually they understood what the fuck I was trying to say, and then they made the meal for me. But then I had to like trek back here, and then I had to prepare for this video. Like, face beat organjani, guys. Oh, Aisha, guys. The wow, as a matter of fact. So finally, after the setup is done, now I can just tuck in and have a good time because a girl is hungry. Okay. Oh, so like I was saying, this is a pork chow mein. The noodles are handmade, which is what I love, and they mix it up with like freshly stir fried veggies, and the veggies aren't like chopped really finely. I know like my friends sometimes like made fun of me for chopping um, my vegetables a bit big, but I just like it that way, I guess. And they're not overcooked, just perfect. Mm. By far the best thing I've ever tasted since coming to this country. Freshly made, delicious. And I'm a fan, okay, of pork. And this is just cabbage. This cabbage. I don't understand. Mm, it's too good. Far too good. Damn. And it's so hot, guys. Yeah. Oh, shoo, shoo. I think outside the weather is like temperature like 32 degrees or something. So you can imagine they're having to put on makeup. And honestly, the people who wear makeup every day, wow. Wow. You are the girl, because honestly, I can't. It's blazing outside. And I'm at China, they do it. You'll find them just sweating, like sweating their fucking balls off. And they'll take out a powder and dab on top of that sweat. I'm just like, you know, because zakho zinjani. Yo, I can never. Mm. Strong. This is what I mean about veggies. Big, chunky, almost barely cooked. I love it. Ooh, sweet. My mom would love this. Except she'd be frustrated because of having to use chopsticks. So, as I was saying, you guys, I'm back at the school that I was working at last year. Ooh. Mm, it's too good. I left here, so I'm just I'm done. Not because I was unhappy, yeah? I was very happy. You guys know. But you know, like I said in my previous video, a year away from home is a long time. I missed my family. I missed my friends. being in China is completely different to being home. Like, this is not home. And like, yeah, one can argue that home is what you make it, right? But China is just different, okay? And I'm not complaining. I came here fully aware that this is not home. I came here knowing that I'm going to experience a completely different culture. It's a completely new environment, right? And so I wasn't here like crying myself to sleep every day because, oh my God, it's unlike home, whatever, whatever. But the point is that I missed home. I stayed here for a full year. Then I went home. But before leaving, okay, let me tell you, I live in a tier 4 city here in China. So tier 4 is like the lowest LSM. LSM is like living standards, right? Like, it's a small town. Obviously, the population is much less as compared to places like Beijing or Shanghai. So there are 3 tiers that people know of: tier 1, 2, and 3. So tier 1 would be like Beijing, Shanghai. Tier 2 would be like Xi'an, Hangzhou. Tier 3, I don't know, but my city is at the very bottom. So it's pretty advanced. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's not like the small towns. Let me try again. It's not like the small towns back home. Trust me, like, everything about China is so next level. They are way more advanced than a lot of the technology and infrastructure back home. But I mean, like, as far as Chinese standards, this is a small town. The cost of living is super low. There's really not much to do. There are very few foreigners. I think in the entire city, there's maybe like 6 of us, and which is like more than last year, which is a wow. And then there are the students, I guess, but I don't know how many foreign students are here, and I don't really care because I'm not going to mingle with students. Because what can you do with students? The students here in the city rely on like their home country, like national grants, whatever. So you can't even go out to them because they don't have any money. They're always studying. Security is tight where they stay. Like, they need to like sign and ask for permission whenever they go. Anyway, I just needed something new. This is too good, guys. Far too good. It's too good. Woo! Hit the spot. So, I just wanted a change of scenery. And also had the hope that I'd get more on my paper, you know? Once you're in China, even when you're outside of China, finding a job is really easy. It just depends on what kind of job you're looking for, right? Like, in terms of the hours you're working, um, the age group you're teaching, all of that stuff. Anyway, you can do the research. I just wanted something new. Das fumana nyani isikolo, and then yeah, I did the interview. The interviews get done online, so it was nice, quick and easy. I did it before I had to go into work that morning. I think I did 2 interviews, but the first people loved me. I got both of them. The first people loved me, and I loved them as well, and the offer seemed decent. So they gave me a contract, and they said I should sign it. Anyway, I went to my bosses, and I was like, listen, I am going Ava, the eyeshadow first of all. Ooh, Shem. Ngizozincoma xa ningakwazi ukundincoma. So I told my bosses that I'm leaving. And they were like, no, please don't leave, you know. And I said, well, yes, guys, this shit. Then they were like running around in circles. And also, guys, I cannot overstate how the communication is a thing here. Like, you'll say something to someone who you understand as knowing the English language, but they'll just understand you differently. Anyway, it was this game running around in circles over and over and over again until eventually when they were willing to bargain, like when they were willing to bargain with me, it was just a bit too late because it was too late for them to apply for my to renew my visa, and also like that time frame, like it was maybe like 3 weeks before I had to go. So they were just like, okay, Zim, it's fine, you can go. And Namge, I signed the contract with the school, and I went home knowing that I at least have a job secured. And then when I was home, like I had a lot of time on my hands, and I was just weighing my odds, like looking at the work conditions in that city. I was supposed to go to Nanjing, and also the fact that I would have to rent an apartment here in China. If you want to rent an apartment, you need to pay 3 months, sometimes 6 months in advance. And I was just like, no, this doesn't really work for me. And if you take into consideration that you'll be paying this 6 months in advance, and then you still need to like buy furniture depending on the apartment that you'll be living in. Most apartments like this one comes fully furnished, but other apartments don't. And then you'll need to pay like maintenance levy. Okay, you pay rent every month. And also in that city, because it's a tier 2 city, it's a lot bigger, so I'd have to commute to school every day. Just the admin seemed a little bit more. But I had already taken the decision that I'm going to leave. And when I waited, basically my take home was equivalent to what I am making here. And so then my school here contacted me. They're like, hey, how you doing? We're just wondering if you have found a job yet. Would you like to come back? So I tried to discuss like an increase with them, and then eventually we came to like a mutual understanding. And then obviously I consulted my mom because she's my go-to girl, and she was just like, yeah, seems like go for it. So anyway, now I'm back here, and they were willing to wait for me. They wanted me back sooner, but I was like, if nifuna uzime, you'll wait. And so yeah, they did. And now I'm back here in my gorgeous apartment, and I'm just grateful that I'm back in an environment that I know, with people that I know and appreciate me. Yes, there are those few glitches, but there are glitches in every work environment. And I can't say I'm miserable, and I know I made the right decision for myself. So yeah, I am still in Yulin, you guys. I haven't gone anywhere. I had shame. So for this meal, I paid. It's a huge meal, like it's the size of my head. I paid 10 kwai, which is almost like 20 or 22 rand, and it's a huge serving. It's a massive serving. These servings, I said, China are generally very, very big. So I don't know if I doubt this is probably going to be my food for the next 2 days. I really love how they make these noodles. I mean, the actual noodle, it's so soft and tender. And it's not like the noodles that you'll buy in the shops. Oh, I'm full actually. These are handmade and they're just softer and yeah. Yo. And I met someone. She's a new girl here in China, here in my city and in China. Guys, I'm sorry to say so. Avela khamisa kyale. Bra, that is shit actually. But again, you can't say that to people, I guess. But in like every single thing she was saying, I was just like, how to lemping? Yini? Anyway, my point is that my point is that she was like, oh, I can't eat Chinese food because I'm allergic to it. Like, have you tried every Chinese meal that there's like everything about Chinese cuisine? Are you clued up about it? Like, do you know for a fact that you're allergic to it? Umntu ozovela azisho uba hayi mna ndazi into mna hayi bo hey ayithixo awazi nto nyhani. I believe you ngaphandle kobudenge. And I was just so frustrated and I was really excited to meet her. Valegi. So hot, guys. I've got my fan on here. I have AC in my bedroom, but I just like shooting here because of this huge window in front of me and also the setting behind me. The previous video that I made was made in my bedroom, and that wallpaper I feel is a bit questionable. So let me tell you about this cabbage. So the cabbage, Lena, guys, it adds so much flavor to this. Oh my god, I don't know how they make it, but even when you smell it, you know, yes, but I know that it's fermented cabbage, so it has that sort of sour taste. And usually when you eat out at a Chinese restaurant, they won't give you sides, like they won't give you condiments, like they won't give you salt and pepper and barbecue sauce and tomato sauce and Thousand Islands, da, 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 da. You'll just get this, take it or leave it. Yeah, you can't like add your own flavors to it. In this restaurant, what they have to add flavor to it, because obviously in any restaurant wow, guys, in any restaurant you don't want to make your food too spicy or, you know, too salty or whatever, so you'll give people stuff to add to their meal, right? So I think this is what this does. So if you want your food to be a little bit more salty or have that sour kick to it, you can just add some of this cabbage. And the cabbage lena bayenzela emgqomeni omkhulu, like even 20 liters is too small, like literally cool. And so each time a person orders their meal, whatever it may be, they'll just put this in like a small thing like this, and take it to them, and really adds so much, I don't know, flavor to whatever meal you're eating. The fruit, guys, actually, I think I'll stop right here. So if you're interested in finding out more about various Chinese cuisines, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to do it, obviously, because girl, I am a foodie for life. Yeah, and guys, look how much is left. This is so massive, and all for 20 bucks. Imagine 20 rand or 22 rand, depending on the exchange rate at the time. You wouldn't get this back home, okay? Kuyenzeka kodwa like abantu abaphekayo bazi, you know, bapheka ukutya kwecephe, they give you like bigger servings than going to like a restaurant, whatever. Like you go to a restaurant, they serve you something like in kaka, you pay like 500 rand, but you act like you're okay with it. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again on another one.